Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you how I did this very simple stamped manicure for my weekly manicure. It's quite simple to do. For it I used the base color ASP brand. It's called Alluring Azure, and I found this at Sally's. I'm not sure if they still have the same deal going, but if you buy their top coat, you can get one of their Sizzlin' Summer collection colors for free. This falls in the collection, so I got that one for free. And I have a top coat. Now, I'll give you my thoughts on this in just a moment. For the stamping, wrong polish there. For the stamping polish, I used Sally Hansen Black Heart. I don't think you can find this particular black any longer in the Sally Hansen line. I could be wrong, but I've not seen it in any of the stores I go to. It's an older bottle and it's thickened up quite a bit, and I think that's why it did very well for an opaque black stamp. So that's what I used to stamp with. And the plate that I used is from, again, the MoYou London collection, Explore number 21, and it's this image right here that we'll be using. Now, I did not use the entire image for this. I pretty much wanted from this bottom band right here is basically what I left off, and I used everything up towards the dots at that point. So we'll get started. Again, this is a swatch stick with 2 coats of the Alluring Azure, and we'll take our plate and our Sally Hansen color here. I'll try to be as sparing as I can with this because it really does stamp quite well. And I'm waiting for my other bottles of black, of regular polish, to kind of thicken up. And you'll get a little extra from that other image if you do. Well, it depends on how you scrape, but if you scrape the way I did, which I found was the best way to make sure that you get all of the circles. If I scrape the other way, some of that black would come out of the circles. So I wanted to make sure that those circles, since would be the focal point, in my opinion, on the nail, really, I wanted to make sure those were whole. And I normally roll my images onto the nail, usually from side to side. But in this case, to make sure that I was getting it centered on the nail, I kind of started like this and got the edge of the stamper onto the nail like this. I was making sure that it is centered, and then I would kind of roll down and then press at the same time to make sure that I got side-to-side coverage. And you can see that that will give you a pretty centered design if you do it that way. As always, if it does not come out centered, you would, with gel polish at least, you would take your non-acetone remover, take the stamp off, and redo it, which is what I ended up doing several times actually. And in this case, I did a very just one silver stud as an embellishment. I'm going to use my gelish foundation as my super glue. We're just going to add a dot there. I'm going to pick it up with my magical pick. I'm going to place it, I wanted it right here in this kind of triangle area, down here at the bottom, right where that little curly Q is. Basically, I want to cover up that little curly Q. And then we'll pick up our stud. Place it on the nail, position it where you would like it, and cure that in place, which is what I'll do, and be right back. Alright, we have our stud cured in place, and now we're ready to add our top coat. Now again, as part of that BOGO, I picked up the ASP top coat, and I thought it would be similar to my favorite gel. If any of you, if you have seen my videos before, you know I prefer the Kiss top gel. This is a slightly thicker top gel than a lot of other gel polish manufacturers make, and it's super shiny, It goes on flawlessly. I've never had any problems with this top coat, and it lasts. I mean, I don't even get chipping at the tips like I do with IBD, or gelish will wear away pretty easily. This is a great top coat. That's my preferred top coat, but I'm willing to try, you know, new things. I tell myself that, but and again, it is a slightly thicker product. As you can see here, it's not excessively runny. So I thought, okay, maybe it'll be like the Kiss. And I'm gonna see if you can see this, because I absolutely hate this effect that hopefully you'll be able to see in a top coat. When I painted it on, it kind of has this orange peely effect, and it separates on the nail. It actually had a line of separation on the nail, and it's not just once. It does it every time you brush stroke it on there. You get that kind of orange peel effect and the separation. So I had to keep brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing. I get the same pitting that I got with the Sally Hansen finger paints, and I'm not going to fight my top coats. If it does this, I'm not going to use your product ever again. I'll use it for, you know, for swatching or whatever. But if this is the effect that I'm going to have every time I use your top coat, I'm not going to purchase your product. So that's the effect that I had with this polish. I hope that came across on the video so you can see. Now, in its defense, it will self-level. But even after waiting a couple of minutes, and I don't have the patience to sit here and wait for each one to self-level out. So I would put it into the lamp, and it would end up with slightly kind of a bumpy appearance. And I suppose, you know, that might not be too bad for some people, but I don't want that, especially when I know that my Kiss Gel is a flawless product. So I'm going to cure that and be right back. All right, our top coat has cured, and now we're ready to remove the sticky layer. And I did find that 2 coats again is probably best. I did 1 coat on this hand, and I did notice that I had a little bit of areas when I removed it with the alcohol that the stamp was kind of coming away off this, so it's like the top coat didn't cover completely in just 1 coat. So on this one I did the 2 coats, and it came out perfectly. So there you have your finished MoYou stamp nail. As you can see, that was very, very easy to do. And I just want to emphasize that I love the ASP colors. Don't get me wrong, their colors are great. I have several of them. I've not had a problem with that formula. It's the top coat that I don't like at all. So just wanted to emphasize that in case you go out looking for it. And I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any questions or comments for me, leave them down at the bottom or visit me at my blog, 10littlecanvases.com. Until next time, I will see you guys later.